If you're looking in the results, and we have a bunch of boys. And I'm going to run through a list here. We have Dominic Johnson, Walker Shields, Taylor Lindsay, Tyler Mooring, Leo Aravet, Landon Grice, Dallas Martinez, Riker Thompson, Truman Widener, Alexander Bratton, Ethan Meyer, Lucas Johnson, Trip Wilson, J.J. Middleton, Christian Estep, Harrison Rogers, Michael Saucedo, Danny Doerr, McCoy Turner, Logan Purdue, Caden Godwin, Jason Glover, Jacob Rich, Eduardo, Ghirardelli, Connor Smith, Grayson Shields, Gabriel Slade, Omar Telator, Troy Wood, Reagan Rice, Kason Horner, and Brian Chora. 10:33 is the fastest seat time in this heat, 11:59, and everything in between. And everybody from Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Colorado, Texas. Like I said, Georgia already. Oklahoma is in here. Tennessee represented, and Ohio. A lot of the states definitely down south, and some of the northern states who have already completed their state meet runs are here in Huntsville. And we are off. Approximately 30-some boys on that track.
Section 10, of the 3,200-meter run.
And the first section of the day, technically heat 10 of 3,200 meters.
Personal best, Walker Shields of Georgia, 10:34. Taylor Lindsay, Mississippi, 10:35. Tyler Mooring, Alabama, 10:36. Leo Aravet, Arkansas, 10:39. Landon Grice, Colorado, 10:39. Dallas Martinez, Arkansas, 10:40. Riker Thompson, Arkansas, 10:40. Truman Widener, Florida, 10:40. Alexander Bratton, Alabama, 10:40. Ethan Meyer, Florida, 10:40. Lucas Johnson, 10:42. Trip Wilson of Alabama, 10:42. J.J. Middleton, Georgia, 10:45.
And we're looking at a 1:11 actually, first lap here. That's Truman Widener from Florida, the 1:11.58. A lot of guys right there. He starts to open up a bit here coming off that top of the turn.
One thing you'll see about the pace lights throughout the evening is they don't get tired.
And this is junior Truman Widener from the state of Florida.
We also have Christian Estep, Georgia, Harrison Rogers, Georgia, Michael Saucedo, Florida, Danny Doerr, Alabama, McCoy Turner, Alabama, Logan Purdue, Alabama, Caden Godwin, Georgia,
and Widener
Glover, Georgia,
looks to be widening his lead.
Eduardo,
he's got about 10 meters now on the rest of the field.
Smith,
Georgia, he is from Oasis High School out of Cape Coral. Sounds like a beautiful place to live.
Alabama, Troy Wood, Alabama, Reagan Reed, Ohio, Kason Horner, Georgia, and Brian Chora of Mississippi.
And Widener continued to put it down 2:26-ish there on the clock. So under 10-minute pace at the moment. Widener ran a 2:04.51 PR this year in over 800 meters and 4:37.68 for 1,600 meters. So he has been working on his speed, I'll say, from the looks of it. He only ran 10:58 this year at the Guy Thomas Memorial Classic back on March 23rd for 1,300 meters. And looking at his profile, that might be the only run this year. It comes through 1K at 3:05. So Truman Widener still your leader here.
This is Truman Widener of Florida. Here leading the way, got about 10 meters or so on Taylor Lindsay of Mississippi.
Looks like Taylor Lindsay is your second position runner. He got a little challenge there, but he moves back into the 2 spot. And it is still Mr. Widener doing his thing, widening his lead. Got a little bit of a high arm carriage at the moment coming across his body. We'll see if that plays or has any effect later on in the race. Not really challenged at the moment. That could all change, and he's going to need those arms to fend off some of these boys who look to be just biding their time. We're coming through 1,600 meters, 5:05, 5:09, 5:10 for the chase pack, which looks like to be a group of 3, but that's still Taylor Lindsay, I believe, in the 2 spot. And Widener moving pretty good. I would like to see his arms a little lower. His left arm really doing some work there. But he's still got a nice size lead here. Gives a look back over his left shoulder to see where other guys are at. Like, where you at, guys? Come on, let's do this. He may have to carry this load and press the pace on his own.
This is still Truman Widener leading the way here. He came in with a 10:40. Best, those lights are starting to reel him in a little bit, though, Truman. You got to stay on those lights when they catch you. All right, guys.
Widener coming through 1K here, trying to get it near 6:30, and he does, 6:29 actually. And they're saying Trip Wilson is your second position runner now. Trip Wilson right here from Alabama. And he moved up several spots there to get in that second position. And he's actually cutting into this Widener lead.
We got 10 seconds.
So Widener's lead is doing the exact opposite.
This is just our first section.
Just down for about 5 meters here.
So
Wilson putting in some work.
Trip Wilson is closing the gap on him there, about 5 meters back now for second place. We're coming up.
Wilson getting closer with each step.
Let's make some noise for him here.
Wilson actually not too far away from right here in Huntsville, Alabama, Whitesburg Christian Academy. He's got a 10:42 personal best in this event, and he is now your leader. Right at around 7:54, so Wilson bided his time perfectly, and he is now your leader. Widener right there. We'll see if that move took a lot. We'll see how much he expended to get that lead. Catching up and then getting there, trying to open this up. Widener trying to keep that from happening here. And it looks like we're soon to get a third runner here to this duo, looking at the trio. Trip Wilson has a 2:25.05 800-meter best. We'll see if he can
Coming up on 600 to go here.
run that over the last two laps. So far, his best 1,600-meter time this season has been 5:12.
Trip comes in with a 10:42 personal best right now. Coming up.
But it's Trip Wilson. He's got a quartet of guys trying to chase him down.
See the lights go by.
Greens and highlighters and yellow shirts here. But it's Wilson. But he's trying to get some company here. They have come back to the pack, and the pack has come up to the lead. Harrison Rogers now trying to give Trip a challenge here. I'm a fan of the name Trip. I'm a fan of the show Yellowstone, hence Trip. Kind of my liking, but he's got some running to do, excuse me. But this is Harrison Rogers. He comes from way back and is now your leader. 10 meters on Wilson is where Rogers, and he's opening that up. Wilson looks to his left, and he sees someone passing him to his right, excuse me. And you're now second position runner trying to turn it up.
Right.
Harrison Rogers is going to have to hold on in his last 110 meters.
Georgia, the ninth grader. He's trying to hold on to this first section of the boys. 32.
And here we go, 50 meters remaining in this first section here. And the 3,200-meter kicks are on. You can see it in the field. Harrison Rogers is going to hold on. He's going to lower his season best, his personal best, under 10:29 there. So Rogers brings the fire. It's the first time today we've seen the fire. And that is the freshman Harrison Rogers out of Georgia. Another Georgia young star, Christian Estep, 10:30.88 gets in for second. Walker Shields, also from Georgia. Georgia boys came to Alabama to put on a show here to get it started. 1:10 last lap from Walker Shields.
All right, next
Georgia, your 1, 2, 3. Trip Wilson able to hold on for 4. 10:32 even was his time. And that is just the start, ladies and gentlemen, for today. We have the ninth section coming up soon as we watch the last couple runners come across.
Boys 400.
Unofficial clock is running 11:35, 36, 37. We do have runners still on the track.
Lots of PRs already there in that first section of the boys' 3,200-meter run. It was 1 at 10:28. The fastest time coming into that section was 10:33. Harrison Rogers was the winner there. He came in with a 10:46 and blew that out of the water.
So, the first distance race of the weekend, we're already seeing personal best. Huntsville, Alabama, all AKA, should I say, PRville, Feed and Cross. And we're seeing it in track already today. That moves us on to the next session. Hopefully we'll see that trend continue, and we'll have the rundown of names in a moment.
In lane 4 from Georgia, Rohan Gadula. In lane 5 from Alabama, William Numnum. In lane 6 from Arkansas, Caleb Ho.